The Native American Negroes. The Native American Negroes or Black Indians, guys. Yes, now we're reading about Negroes. This is before Columbus came. The transatlantic slave trade had not begun at this time. So he's telling us about Native Americans who were Negroes. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to reveal to you guys the true nature of the Native American tribes prior to European colonization, guys. Yes, okay, what I'm about to read is going to shock you, because if you're someone whose idea of history is based on what you've seen in movies and television, you will be shocked to a degree, guys. Okay, because whenever you watch movies about Native Americans prior to the European showing up, we are always shown these almost Caucasian looking people. That's basically what we are shown on TV. Okay, so I'm going to reveal to you guys from this very old newspaper, guys, published in the year 1828, guys, about the true nature of the Native Americans, guys. And you're going to see that many of them prior to the European showing up here were Negroes, guys. Negroes and other dark skin colored people, guys. That's what you're about to see. Okay, so here is the newspaper on the screen. Here it is. It's called the Saturday Evening Post. Okay, someone shared it with me, so yeah, it was published in Philadelphia, guys, on June 7th, 1828. Okay, so let's see what this old newspaper can tell us about the true nature of the Native American people, guys. Okay, a lot of very rich information right here. All right, we're going to zoom into this section right here that says, for the Saturday Evening Post, 4 letters on American history by Professor, I cannot see the word, to Dr. J.H. someone of Baltimore. First letter. So let's see what it says, guys. We're going to read something very powerful here that is going to be contrary to what you see on TVs or what you are taught in school, guys. Okay, because look, let me just say this: Caucasians, the elites, they do the best they can to hide the level of atrocities that they have done, guys. Yeah, you see, no one wants their children to see them as villains, so you kind of have to hide a degree of the level of effect on, you know, races that they have conquered and they have destroyed, guys. Yeah, and one of the ways they do is by presenting this image that, oh, the Native Americans did not change very much because of European impacts, guys. Okay, but let's see what this says right here. Okay, I'm going to read this section. Look at what it says. You appear desirous to learn something more of my researches on the ancient and modern history of North and South America. That's where we are now, in the Americas, North and South. I feel willing and happy to be able to answer your inquiries and even to suggest perhaps some new facts. Okay, look at this. Let's see what he says right here. The continent of America has ever been the field of philosophical delusions, as Africa of fables and monsters, and Asia of religious creeds. To this day do they speak and write of the red men of America, while there is not a red man, nor never was in this continent. Did you catch that, guys? Okay, you know how people always say red Indians, oh, these Indians were red colored people. This writer is telling you that, man, to this day, and by this day he's talking about 1828 here, do they speak and write of red men of America, while there is not a red man, nor never was in this continent, guys. There was no red Indians. Okay, and guess what, even till now there are people that believe that the Indians were red colored people. No, if any Indian was red, it was because he was painted red, guys. They were either painted red or didn't exist at all, guys. So let's see what else it says now. Look at this. To this day do they attempt to separate the American languages from all others, while their roots and structure are exactly like many in the eastern continent, meaning Europe and Africa, guys. That's what it's talking about. When we are led by systems or do not investigate and compare subjects in all their bearings, we are apt to fall into these delusive mistakes. Yeah, if you don't study, investigate, and examine, you are very likely to believe many of these delusive things people say. Okay, but whoever will take the trouble, whoever will take the time, as I have done, to compare the features, languages, religions, customs of all the nations of the 5 parts of the earth, Asia, Europe, Africa, Polynesia, and America, will find, as I have found, that mankind is a unity with many deviations of features, complexions, languages, religions, governments, civilizations, all derived from a single primitive type of those effects and a common central focus. That is true. We all come from Adam, right? So basically he's right. He's not wrong there. Now let's get to the point, guys. Okay, remember what this video is about. It's about the nature of the Native American people. Were they these modern day white people that we have as Native Americans, or were they something darker and far more melanated? Let us see. All right, so here's what it says now, guys. I know it's very blurred. It's very old newspaper. It's very hard to see, but this is the best I can do, guys. Okay, so it says to evince means to reveal, guys. To evince this results in a single but striking point, doubted to this day by superficial inquiries, it is sufficient to mention that there were in America before Columbus came. Let me put that right there. In America before Columbus came, guys. Okay, we're talking about before the Europeans showed up on American shores. Look at this. They were in America before Columbus came, nations and tribes of the following complexion. Very important. Let's see some of those complexions. Copper colored, the color of the Negro. Tawny, which is just a slightly lighter shade of the copper color. Olive has 3 main colors. It has black, it has a light brown, and then it has a green. Last time I checked, there is no such thing as a green colored person. Okay, so we have the other 2 complexions, which is what? The black olives or the light brown olives, guys. So that's what we're talking about, one of those 2. Okay, dusky is also a melanated color. And then it says white, or look at this, guys, white or what? Or pale yellow. Yes, very light skinned people. Like right now in Africa, you have some people, especially among certain tribes, you know, that have a lot of light-skinned people of a pale yellow complexion, guys. That's what we're reading right here. Okay, so they're called white or pale yellow. We have people of dark complexion, people of brown complexion, and what? People of black complexion, guys. Very important to understand that all these complexions existed on the American continent, North and South America, before Christopher Columbus came and began his abominations upon America, guys. Okay, but none red unless painted, guys. Okay, red people did not exist in North and South America unless they were painted, and that all those complexions are also found in Asia, Polynesia, and in Africa. Yes. Okay, so look at what it says right here next, guys. The Native American Negroes, or Black Indians, guys. Yes, now we're reading about Negroes of Native America. Remember, this is before Columbus came. The transatlantic slave trade had not begun at this time. So he's telling us about Native Americans who were in America already, who were what? Negroes or Black Indians. Have been seen where? In Brazil, in Guyana, in Caracas, in Popaya, in Choco, in North California, and by many early travelers and writers. Some of the tribes, guys, of Native America, such as the Auroras, I guess that's how you pronounce that, Auroras, or the Kuroras of Kumana, were what? They were black, but with fine features and what? Long hair, like the Yolofs and Galas of Africa. Now, the Yolofs and Galas of Africa, they have woolly hair, guys. Yes, you can Google them right now and you'll see they have woolly hair. So when it says long hair here, it's not talking about straight hair. It's not saying straight. What it means is that they keep their hair, they allow it to grow very long, guys. Okay, both of these tribes in Africa have curly hair, guys, woolly hair, because they are Negroes. Okay, so when it says long hair, it doesn't mean straight. Long hair means they allow their hair to grow long, guys. That's what he's trying to say. Okay, others in North California, latitude 32 degrees, called Esteros, are like the Hottentots and Namayas, Tombokis, and other Negritian tribes, not black but dark brown, yet complete what? Complete Negroes. Very important stuff. Complete Negroes with large thick lips, broad flat noses, and very ugly according to them, with our hair crisped or curly. The Negro features belong to the form of head rather than the color, since these are in Africa, Asia, and Polynesia. Yes, these are Negroes are in all these places, guys. Okay, look at their colors: black, brown, yellow, olive, coppery, and even white. And by white here, it means very light skin. Okay, like we have some light skin Negroes. It doesn't mean literally white. There are no white Negroes. They are no Caucasian Negroes, but they are very light skinned Negroes, light enough to pass sometimes as a white person. Okay, that's what it's talking about. Okay, so very important stuff. All right, so look right here, guys. It says the American Negroes of Quaraqua in Choco, the Great Level Plain, 300 miles long and 90 miles wide, separating the Andes of South America from the mountains of Panama, were what? What were they? They were black with woolly heads in 1506. Okay, so I'm showing you that this is before the transatlantic slave trade officially began, at least the one that we know from Africa, guys. Showing you that, yeah, Native Americans, some of them, not all of them, were Negroes, guys, and they had woolly hair and other Negro features, guys, thick lips, all that stuff. Okay, but whenever we watch TVs about Native Americans, what do we always see, guys? We never see these Negroes. Okay, because the Caucasian elites are trying to control the narrative. Okay, they control what people learn in schools. They don't want you to know that these Native Americans, before Columbus came here, these were black people. Majority of them were Negroes, guys. Yes, Negroes were here. They don't want people to know that. They want people to believe that all Negroes came from Africa, but no. When in reality, before the Europeans came to the Americas, there were Negroes who had already come here long before, guys. They don't want people to know that. They want to keep pushing that lie that Christopher Columbus discovered America, when in fact there were Negroes who had already made it here long ago, guys. Long time ago. Okay, very powerful stuff.